So our nation's capital has become a war zone, and President Trump just declared war on the criminals. After a young hero named Edward Coristine got brutally beaten for protecting others, Trump's had enough. So my name's Tom McCullough. I'm the White House correspondent for the Next News Network, and I'm holding down the fort while Gary heads to Ron Paul's birthday party on Saturday. We're going to be streaming it right here live on the Next News Network. So today, Trump announced he's considering federalizing the D.C. police and deploying the National Guard. Drive-by shootings, muggings, and streets covered in graffiti. This is supposed to be America's capital. Trump's message is clear. You're going to be safe walking down the streets. And I can tell you, me and Gary, we cover the White House all the time, and we always have to be careful about where we're staying and where we're walking. The crime is real. It's insane. The criminals' reign of terror is ending now, guys. Local leaders failed. And Trump, he won't fail. What you're about to see will restore your faith in justice. Let's go ahead and let's watch this. So if you guys are getting close to retirement or just thinking ahead, you've probably done a solid job of saving. But here's something most people don't consider. How much of that money is just sitting in cash? It might feel safe, but holding too much cash guarantees one thing. You're losing purchasing power. Inflation eats away at it, and the dollar's value keeps slipping. That's why more people are looking at real assets like physical gold and silver to protect their savings. And one company that makes it easy? Noble Gold Investments. You can buy gold or silver, coins or bars, and have them shipped to your home or stored securely. It's a smart way to convert cash into something that actually holds value. Noble Gold is fair, transparent, and they don't pressure you. Just solid information and real options. So visit nextnewsgold.com and get going. So just like protecting a requirement requires real action, protecting our capital requires real leadership. Shocker. And President Trump just delivered both. So listen to Tyrus explain what real manhood looks like. Edward Coristine didn't just save someone, he saved our faith in American courage. This is powerful, guys. Take a look.
That's in our DNA. A man who would hide would have been better off dying, because he would be redeemed, and they did talk about him for years. And as a coward, that saying is so true. A soldier dies but once. A coward dies a million deaths, because you will always be that guy. Mm-hmm. So for this young man to be this courageous, you have to almost be like, wow, this should be the norm. Mm-hmm. The problem is that we've worked so hard to water men down, to try to teach them to not get involved, not help. And the ones who suffer the most are women, because whether you want to argue it or not, physically, they're just not as strong as men. And when men attack, the only way to protect women is with other men. Mm. So you see this, and instead of calling him big balls, we should call him by his name. He should be revered. This is not a nickname. Mm-hmm. This young man, look at him. He went through hell. They beat the hell out of him, and he walked away from it. And I bet if you asked him, hey, if you had a chance to do it again, what would you do differently? He'd say, I would duck and I'm jive, but I would still charge in. And we need to praise this man, and we need to praise more young men for getting involved, because, men, it's time to get back in the game.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Everybody gets their phone out when something bad's happening, and they record. Nobody steps in to try to actually protect or help people. How many people drive crime scene accidents or accidents that happen on the road and they record it instead of calling 911? And he said it best, men, it's time to get back in the game. Coristine took a beating but walked away a hero. And that's what we need more of. Men who stand up when evil strikes. But heroism shouldn't be necessary just to walk down the street. Watch how D.C. residents live in fear in what should be America's safest city. Take a look.
Some days I feel unsafe going outside.
Recent shocking acts of violence have some on alert. A recent fatal drive-by shooting, along with a carjacking and beating in this neighborhood near U Street.
Which is insane. I mean, I just live a block this way, so to know that I'm so close to something like that is really terrifying.
So we asked residents what they think city leaders should do immediately to improve safety.
I feel like it's still very dark.
Johnville Roeder says more functioning streetlights would help.
More streetlights, brighter streetlights, which sounds like so easy and simple, but I don't think we have enough of those.
For Cameron Talley, hearing about violence steps from her home.
Oh my word. Right here
brings back memories from a year ago.
We got caught in the middle of a drive-by shooting. So that was horrible.
Talley says the city should consider installing blue light emergency phones, seen often on college campuses.
Oh, I see a blue light, I can get to it and call for help.
For Dana Richardson, the quickest path to peace on city streets.
I think they need to do more about the juvenile crime.
He believes young people caught in the criminal justice system need the deterrent of jail time and not freedom while awaiting their fate.
I think it's because they keep on letting them go. No deterrent. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so streetlights are kind of a good thing, but what about prosecutors actually committing and putting people in jail instead of letting them go and changing how things work? So drive-by shootings, carjackings, beatings. This isn't Mogadishu, guys. This is blocks from the White House, and this ends now. So President Trump just dropped the hammer. He's considering federalizing D.C. police and bringing in the National Guard. The criminals' free ride is over. Finally, take a look.
Are you considering taking over the D.C. police? Is that an option on the table?
We're considering it, yeah, because the crime is ridiculous. I could show you a chart comparing D.C. to other locations, and you're not going to want to see what it looks like. It was just up on television, actually. They were showing it. Now, we want to have a great, safe capital, and we're going to have it. And that includes cleanliness, and it includes other things. We have a capital that's very unsafe. You know, we just almost lost a young man, beautiful, handsome guy that got the hell knocked out of him the night before last. And I'm going to call him now. We wanted to give him a little recovery time. We just put a call into him. They're calling back in a little while, but he went through a bad situation, to put it mildly, and there's too much of it. We're going to do something about it. So whether you call it federalized or what, and that also includes the graffiti that you see, the papers all over the place, the roads that are in bad shape, the medians that are falling down, the median in between roads that's falling down. We're going to beautify the city. We're going to make it beautiful. And what a shame. The rate of crime, the rate of muggings, killings, and everything else, we're not going to let it. And that includes bringing in the National Guard, maybe very quickly, too.
So Trump said we're going to beautify the city and not just stop crime, transform D.C. into what it should be. Safe streets, clean sidewalks, and a capital worthy of America. I will appreciate that. I can tell you, when we walk in, it gets pretty sketchy. And Trump's even considering overturning the D.C. Home Rule Act. Local politicians failed their citizens. And now it's time for adult supervision. Check this out.
Do you want Congress to look at overturning the D.C. Home Rule Act?
We're going to look at that. In fact, the lawyers are already studying it. We have to run D.C. This has to be the best run place in the country, not the worst run place in the country. And it has so much potential. And we're going to take care of it. You're going to be safe. You're going to be safe walking down streets. You're not going to get mugged.
And that's what most Americans want. What Trump just said, you're going to be safe walking down the streets. You're not going to get mugged. It's a simple promise, guys. It's a simple, simple promise, but it is a powerful guarantee. And this is what leadership looks like. So here's a full plan, guys. National Guard deployment is coming quickly. Trump's not playing games with public safety, guys. Check this out.
Something about it. So whether you call it federalized or what, and that also includes the graffiti that you see, the papers all over the place, the roads that are in bad shape, the medians that are falling down, the median in between roads that's falling down. We're going to beautify the city. We're going to make it beautiful. And what a shame. The rate of crime, the rate of muggings, killings, and everything else, we're not going to let it. And that includes bringing in the National Guard, maybe very quickly, too.
And do you want Congress to look at overturning the D.C. Home Rule Act?
We're going to look at that. In fact, the lawyers are already studying it. We have to run D.C. This has to be the best run place in the country, not the worst run place in the country. And it has so much potential. And we're going to take care of it. You're going to be safe. You're going to be safe walking down streets. You're not going to get mugged.
So Trump just said it, guys. The lawyers are already studying it. The Guard is ready. The criminals better start packing. It's time to go. Think about what we allowed to happen. our nation's capital, where Lincoln walked, where Martin Luther King dreamed, where history was made, has become a cesspool of crime and fear. Elderly people afraid to leave their homes. Women are clutching their purses. And heroes like Coristine getting beaten for doing the right thing. The graffiti-covered walls, the broken medians, the lawless streets, they're not just embarrassing. They're a surrender to chaos. They tell the world America can't even protect its own capital. It's mind-blowing. But Trump, he sees what others ignore. This isn't just about crime statistics. It's about national dignity. When ambassadors visits, when tourists come to see democracy's birthplace, what they see, guys? They see fear, decay, and surrender. And that's not happening anymore. Trump is bringing in the National Guard because local leaders are either corrupt, incompetent, or both. When you can't walk from the Lincoln Memorial to the Capitol without fearing for your life, you failed as a city. The federalization of D.C. police isn't extreme, it's overdue. The city government has proven that it can't or won't protect its citizens. They'd rather virtue signal than arrest criminals. They'd rather defund police than defend families. It's insane. It's liberal lunacy. So if you guys got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. So this is about more than crime. It's about whether America still has a will to defend civilization itself. When young heroes like Edward Coristine get beaten bloody for protecting the innocent, when grandmothers fear grocery shopping, when our capital looks like a failed state, we've surrendered to evil. Trump's response is not excessive, it is essential. Federalize the police, deploy the guard, override the corrupt local politicians who turn D.C. into a criminal playground. It's all in there. It's every single bit of it is there for us to do. And every American deserves to walk safely in their capital. Every family visiting the monument should feel pride and not fear. The criminals have had their run. The cowards have had their chance. Now comes the reckoning. Trump promised American carnage would end, and he's keeping that promise. So here's my question. Should Trump declare martial law in D.C. until the streets are safe? Yes or no? Tell us below, guys, and show your American pride. So visit the shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. Again, this is Tom McCullough. Order will be restored. God bless.